We have here an easy way for you to follow back your followers and unfollow people that did not follow you back. It's called Followorks, and it's by Minoworks, and here's how it works. When you first start the app, you're taken to this overview screen. The overview screen shows you two birds back to back. The top bird showing you statistical information for people who you are following, and the bottom bird shows you statistical information for people who are following you. Let's start at the top. The top bird is currently showing me that I have 52 users that I am following, of which 17 of them are following back. And that leaves 35 users who are not following me back. And that's a statistical index of 32.7% chance that people will follow you back. The bottom bird is showing me that I have 4,931 people following me, of which I'm following 17 back. And that leaves 4,914 users that are not being followed back, and that's a statistical index of 0.3%. This information can be crafted into a tweet and sent out to your followers just by touching the beaks. The top beak is showing me that I have 52 users of being followed, of which 17 are following back, and there's that 32.7% probability of being followed back. And touching the beak on the bottom bird, it shows me my 4,900 users following me, of which I'm following 17 back, and there's that 0.3% chance of being followed. We can drill down further now, touching the top bird. These are currently the users that I'm following but are not following me back. These are users that I'm following but are not following me back. You can scroll through your list and you get a lot of statistical information about these people. Let's stop here on Shannon Tweets. A lot of hotspots here for you to take a look at. The first one here is if you tap on the picture, you'll get a high resolution photo from the profile displayed for you. If you touch on the icon underneath the photo, additional options are presented to you. By touching the @ symbol, a direct message tweet is pre-crafted for you, so all you have to do is type in the message and it's sent directly to Shannon. If you tap on the plus icon, you can add her to your lists simply by touching on a list. If I want to add her to my iPhone list, a matter of just touching it, and you can see a check mark represents that she's now in that iPhone list of mine. If you want to remove her from the list, simply touching that list again, and she is now removed from my iPhone list. Heading back, actually, there's two more icons here we're going to show you. The garbage can or the trash can and the block icon. If you want to trash can someone and remove that person from your list, you can simply hit the trash can icon, and that person or account is now being removed from your list. You can also, for instance, block any user's messages from your timeline by simply hitting the block, and there you go. The done icon shows you that this person now has been removed from any tweets being shown on your timeline. Heading back here to Shannon, if you touch anywhere on a open space on her line, her profile description will display for you, the entire description. If you were to tap on her Twitter username, a probability index window pops up and shows you that there's a 0.06% chance that Shannon will follow you back. There's a 5-star rating system there that also gives you a visual indication of the probability that she will end up following you back on. You can touch on that index, and again, a tweet will be pre-crafted for you that you can send out to your Twitter followers that indeed shows you that there's a refollow probability of 0.06%. Additional information on a Twitter user's line here. You can see that Shannon has 17,000 plus tweets. She has 244 plus thousand followers. She's listed 3,000 plus time on other users' Twitter lists. and she is following 722 people. Here also is an unfollow button. If you'd like to unfollow a user after a certain amount of time, you decide you don't want to have that person follow you, you can just hit the unfollow button, and now that person is being unfollowed. Now let's head back down here to Shannon. You can also tap on a statistical number here. We tapped on her timeline, and you can now visually see her timeline of tweets that she sent out. You can also tap on her followers stat there, and now you can scroll through all her followers. And you'll note that the timelines here are identical to the other timelines. You can see that there's a photo that you can tap on, and you get a high-resolution photo from their profile. All the same information shows the tweets, number of tweets, her followers. She's being listed once and following, and tapping on her username shows you that there's a 77.5% chance of her following you back, and there's a 4 out of 5 star rating of the probability of following you back. And again, tapping on this anywhere on the blank parts will show her Twitter description account. Heading back, we can now tap on the bottom bird, and this will now display the people who are following me, but I'm not following back. And again, all this information, the display is identical. Simply by touching the same parts of the screen, you get the same high-resolution photos. Here you can start following very simply here by touching the follow button, and you can follow her immediately. And then get all the same information by touching the icon underneath. You can trash can her, you can block her tweets, you can add her to a list. There's her 3-star rating that she's going to follow you back. So all the same information as if she was following you. There's another icon here in the center that represents your profile icon. If you touch it, there are some additional options here. This right symbol on the top left allows you to tweet a new tweet out to everybody very simply. The icon on the right is your timeline icon, so you can see your timeline of what's going on. The icon in the lower left-hand corner is the trash can icon. So any user that you placed in the trash can prior will be listed here, and you're now given the opportunity to take them out of the trash can simply by clicking on the put back icon here on the right-hand side. So just by tapping the put back, that Twitter user now is put back into your timeline. And the last icon here to take a look at is the block icon, and any user that you specifically blocked their tweets from your timeline will show up here, and if you want to get them back, all you have to do is tap on the unblock icon, as you can see here, and their tweets will show up back into your timeline. There's one more item I want to show you down here in the configuration icon, the cog. By tapping on that, you're into your settings screen, and there's a bunch of settings here where you can sort your views, and you can turn your spin effects on and off. But what I want to show you here is the auto reply. If you enable your auto reply, anytime a user follows you, an auto reply message will be sent to that user, and here's where you can type in what that auto reply message will say. The default message says, "Thank you for the follow." This will be sent out automatically every time a person follows you if you have this auto reply enabled, turned on. Followorks is currently available for $3.99 in the iTunes App Store and is compatible with the iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad.